Hi folks, it's Gary here with your Blue Nose Bulletin for Wednesday the 3rd of July here on the 4th Officials YouTube channel. Very warm welcome and thank you to you all for tuning in. On today's show, we've got news on a double transfer blow for Rangers, an update with regards to the future of Hamza Igamane, and all the latest with regarding a temporary home for Rangers for the beginning of the season. Now, on to those headlines. And first of all, it's our understanding that the deal for Norwich midfielder Kenny McLean has stalled. Now, reports coming out of Rangers today and reported on by multiple media sources, including Chris Jack and the Rangers Review, stating that the deal for Kenny McLean has stalled. Now, this appears down to the player looking for a longer contract and bigger wages than what Rangers were looking to commit for a 32-year-old. Now, my understanding is that McLean was looking for something upwards of £30,000 to £35,000 per week, plus a 3-year deal. And that was something that Rangers weren't willing to put on the table. Now, McLean currently got a 2-year deal still in place down at Norwich City with an option for a 3rd year. So certainly not in any hurry to move on from Norwich City. But if he wants to move to Rangers, there will need to be quite a significant climb down in terms of what him and his representatives are looking for. And it's my understanding that Rangers have stepped away from the negotiation table and that deal is currently off as things stand. Another player that the deal very much looks to be finished for is Yusuf Kabadayi. Now, we've spoken about Kabadayi over the course of the last 2 or 3 weeks, but it looks now as if Yusuf Kabadayi will be remaining in Germany and signing a 4-year deal with Augsburg. Now, Augsburg have agreed a fee with Bayern Munich in the region of around about €800,000. Now, we spoke 2 weeks ago about a similar fee having been agreed with Rangers, but it appears that Kabadayi does not want to come to Rangers and wishes to remain in Germany. Obviously been with Schalke last season and will be moving on from Bayern to go to Augsburg. So alongside Jose Cordoba, that's kind of 3 fairly well established transfer targets that haven't materialised for Rangers during this transfer window. Now, business has already been done with the likes of Connor Barron, EFD and Oscar Cortez already in the door, but work to be done with regards to trying to get some more bodies. And Philippe Clement's comments from last week stating that he is looking for experience to come in the door over the coming weeks. Certainly one of them will not be Kenny McLean. Now, Kabadayi plays in a position where there will be other players on a list that Rangers will look to try and look to bring in. One of them may well be Abdullah Sima, and this still means that there's quite a significant interest from Rangers in bringing Sima back to Ibrox. Now, the brand new Brighton manager wants a look at Sima in pre-season training, but Brighton have done quite a lot of business already during this transfer window, including spending the best part of 30 million quid and bringing in the young Newcastle winger Minta. So I think there will be a deal to be done for Sima now. That will cost quite a significant amount of money, but it just depends whether or not there are other interest in Sima or whether Rangers get a free run at him if Brighton do decide to cut the losses on him, obviously going into the last 12 months of his deal. One player who we are expecting to check into Ibrox this week is Hamza Igamane, and he put on his social media channels over the last 24 hours quite a heartfelt goodbye to his current club in Morocco. Now, it was reported yesterday that the visa issues that were holding up the deal have been rectified, and it's just a case of finalising the deal, and Igamane is due in Glasgow before the end of the week, and we're expecting that deal to be confirmed from Rangers before close of play on Friday. Now, Igamane is someone that is being linked with being part of the Moroccan Olympic squad, so might not be one right for day one, but is a player that we expect to be in situ at Ibrox over the coming days. Last bit of news for you all today is in regards to current talks involving Rangers and Hampden at trying to secure a deal for a temporary home whilst the building works involving the Copland Road stand are finalised, obviously causing a delay in Rangers being able to accommodate home matches at Ibrox in August. And it's my understanding that talks are continuing with Hampden bosses to try and do a deal with Hampden for those games in August. Obviously, 2 league games plus European qualifiers. Now, as a Glasgow-based Rangers fan, I certainly would be more inclined to want to go to Hampden than have to travel through to Edinburgh to go to Murrayfield, but it's far from a perfect scenario. And myself and Cameron McIver spoke about the ongoing saga regarding the Ibrox reconstruction works on our latest show that dropped on our Patreon channel yesterday, Trouble at Home. So very much hope that you can go and check out that on our Patreon site for all of our Patreon subscribers. That will pretty much do us for this Blue Nose Bulletin. Big thank you to you all for watching. I'll speak to you next time. Goodbye.